Good morning, children. How are you, all of you? Are you studying? Okay, let us come to the class. Today, let us study MS chapter 6, the act of forgiveness. Today, let us study chapter 6, the act of forgiveness. We are human beings. We are made some mistakes. So, sometimes we forgive, sometimes we are not forgiving. Today, this lesson teaches the qualities of forgiveness, why we are forget others' sins. So, let us come to the point. What is forgiveness today? Let us study what is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the choice that a person makes to forgive another person for an offense or something that is illegal or immoral. Once more, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is the choice that a person to forgive another person for an offense or something illegal or immoral. When someone forgives, the other persons also forgive. If we are forgive others also forgive. So, let go of negative emotions. When we forgive ourselves and forgive others, our negative feelings come out. It is we are free. We all make mistakes. Without mistakes, nobody is a human being is we all make mistakes. So, we all make mistakes. So, when we learn to forgive others, we can also seek forgiveness. When we seek to forgive others, we can also seek forgiveness when we commit faults. Also, we are able to forgive others. We also learn to forgive ourselves. When we are forgive others, we to learn forgive ourselves in situations of self-guilt. Sometimes, if you are not forgive, some felt guilt, some guiltness. So we are not happy or sadness. Will not get peace in mind. If we are forgive, all the worries, the negative feelings, everything come out, and we are free. When you forgive each other, free. When your father or mother, your sister, somebody, if you are not forgiving, you will not get peace. But if you forgive, if you have made mistakes, then father will beat you or mother will beat you, or somebody will quarrel with you, or like that, we can, after a few minutes, we can forgive others, asking pardon. Or sometimes in our life, there is a shortcomings coming. So what we don't keep feelings inside, but we forgive. That is why I say the error is human, forgive divine. Error is human, but forgive is divine. It's a virtue. This forgiveness is a virtue, divine virtue. So what we do is forgive others. There are many persons show them how they forgive. Now let us know. We all make mistakes. But we will forgive. Forgiveness makes us feel light and helps us to get rid of hard feeling that occupy our mind and heart and eat away our peace of mind. Sometimes if we are not forgiving, we will not get peace in mind. That eats our feelings of self-blame. Oh, what? Like that we will feel. So it is good that we forgive others and ourselves. Now, forgiveness makes us feel light and helps us get rid of hard feeling that occupy our mind and heart, that eat away our peace of mind. Forgiveness is way to self-fulfillment. Forgiveness is the way to self-fulfillment. If you are, it means you are happy. When you are forgive others, you will be happy. You will get self-satisfaction, self-fulfillment. That is if you are not forgive, you will not get self-fulfillment. So it is easy. We will always forgive others. People who can readily forgive others are much more responsible and satisfied inside than those who keep grudges against others and develop feelings of enmity. Don't keep enmity in your heart. If you are not forgive. This means you are keeping enmity in my mind. Your friends, the relatives, your father, mother, or sister. So it is always, if you have made mistake, ask pardon, and it means asking pardon is forgiveness. I am sorry. Like that, we can give self-peace in mind. So let us come to one story. There was a beautiful story, I will say. We have examples of the kindness, compassion, forgiveness through this small story. The story name is Lost Son. What is Lost Son? Yesterday, today, the Lost Son. Story Lost. Now, a wealthy man had two grown-up sons. How many sons? Two grown-up sons, which means a big son, not a small, grown-up is a big one. So he had plenty of fertile land and large number of cattle. He has many cattle and land, everything, including sheep, goat, pigs. There are many. He was a rich man. He had only two sons. So he had engaged dozens of laborers to work. He has many workers to his field to tend his cattle. His elder son was hardworking and lent a helping hand to his father to maintain the farm, and he took after the cattle. His elder son was was always helping his father and also helping his working to maintain the farm and look after the cattle. But the younger son was lazy, did not do any work. He was lazy and did not know any work, always sitting and lavishly spending his money earned by his father and brother. He always spending money, asking money and spending money, and with his friends, using money with his friends. But his younger son was a good and helping father. Though the younger son had all comforts and employments available in a rural background, he has not satisfied with them. His demands kept on increasing, and at times his father had restrained them. This irritated him, and he decided to go to a far town where he could enjoy unlimited pleasure without the control of anybody. So, what happened? The younger son asked the father to go far away from him, from his house, because he wanted more pleasure and enjoy and pleasure. So, what happened? So, he demanded his portion of the property. He asked, the younger son asked his property, give me my portion. Though it grieved the father immensely. Father was very sad. Father was very sad. He gave half of the property to the younger son, who sold everything and rode away on a horse with all the money to a distant place where he had rooms in an inn, and his comfortable stay. Where then after that, what happened? Younger son far away from his house and sent another place. He went to another place and he used all his money. He feasted on the tastiest food and most expensive meals, and he used this money for the food and place and everything. As the proverb says, birds of a feather flock together. Many newfound and worthy friends join him in sharing his pleasure. He also get more friends. When he used money, he got many friends. Due to his extravagant spending with the many friends of all his money drained off within a short period, and he was left with no more money for his living. After spending all the money, he finished every money. So what happened? The friends also leaving one by one, first one, then each one going far away. When his money is finished, all his friends left him. What happened? When his money is finished, all the friends left him one by one. None of them turned back to help him. To add to his misery, a severe famine broke out that country. He started to beg, but he did not give him anything. After finished money, what happened? He begged others to give me some money or some food, some clothes. Like that, he asked money. He everything lost. So what happened? He has no work. So he was started to begging. Finally, starvation forced him to seek a job for his survival. The only job he was able to get, that of a farmer hand took after pigs. He went to one farmer's house to where there is a pigs. The wages he got was not sufficient to buy food. He gave wages only few money. That is not good for sufficient. So one day, while resting in his small dignity room attached to the pigsty, he remembered the good days he had in his family. That time he was eating with he has no food. So what when he wanted food with the pigs, he was eating. The pigs food all he was eating. Then he remembered that those days of when he with his father. He remembered what? Here I am, living in an inhuman condition, starving to death. My father's laborers had and servants are fed with good food in their field. He was thinking, oh my God, my father's house. Here I am living in a inhuman condition, starving to death. My father's laborers and servants are fed with good food. I will return. This man is thinking that I will return to my father's house and I will ask pardon. Forgive me, my father. Then my father will receive. Like that, what happened? He thinking that I will return to him and beg him his mercy, forgiveness. I will tell him, as I have sinned against God and you, I am not worthy to be called your son. What he said? He returned to his father's house and asked pardon to his father. He told his father, Father, I ask pardon. I sinned against God and you. I am not worthy to be called your son, but keep me as one of his servants. I shall work hard for my food and other needs. He had faith in his father's mercy and forgiveness. He knows that his father was a merciful father. He will receive him. Like that, he went return back to his father's house. What happened? The next morning, he started to his journey back home. Next day, he back to home his journey. This time on foot, because he had no money with him. On the way, he had to beg for his food after traveling the long way with great difficulty because of weakness and fatigue. He finally managed to reach near his house. Though he was unrecognizably lame and enraged, the father instantly recognized his son from distance. His father recognized him, his son. From far away, the father recognized his son. and father ran unto his son. Though he was unrecognizably learned and enrages, the father instantly recognized his son from a distance. Overwhelmed with joy, he ran to him, embraced him. From there, sister ordered his servants to make arrangements of his bath and forgive him his clothes, footwears, and ornaments. When he saw his son, he embraced him and kissed him, and also he ordered his laborers that to give new clothes, ornaments, food, and give a feast. Ordered him to kill nice calf and prepared a feast for him. I will tell him as I have seen it. No, let us come. What happened? The father, though he was unrecognizably learned and courageous, the father instantly recognized his son from distance. He then ordered the other servants to prepare and elaborate a feast to celebrate the return of his son. There was the biggest feast. They celebrated the biggest feast because once he was lost, now it is a return. His son was lost, but now it is after many years he came back. So the father was very forgiveness, very merciful father. He received his son. He forgave. The story shows that there is a forgiveness. Forgiveness is a divine. Forgiveness is a divine. Error is human, but forgiveness is divine. But when the elder son was returned home, what happened? He doesn't. And after the fields, he hard work, found jubilation over all the place, and found out the reason for it. Became angry and expressed to his father, saying, "This useless son of yours has come back after squandering all his share the property, and now you are giving him a royal welcome." His elder son was coming back afterwards. He quarreling with his father. Why? The son was, everything is lost. Now you came. Now also you are doing feast. You have never thrown even a small party for me and my friends. To this, the father replied, "Whatever I have is waste to." He replied to his elder son, what he said, "Whatever I have is waste to." This brother of yours was believed to have been lost forever, but has come after, realizing his mistake and repenting for it. So, this lesson, this story shows us that how to forgive others. Today we studied that chapter is act of forgiveness. When we forgive others, we will get peace and joy in my mind to forgive others. Let us learn this lesson. Shows this lesson that you have to forgive others, and this is the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story? Forgive others. When we forgive others, they also forgive our sins. So let us each mutual understanding and forgive others. Forgive others are more satisfied inside. Forgive others more satisfied. So let us close this lesson. Let us learn about the forgiveness from others and from ourselves. Let us study how to forgive others. God is a merciful Father. God is merciful Father. He always forgive our sins. So also we are human beings. We also forgive others. When we forgive others, we will get peace and joy in our heart. So let us learn forgiveness. Let us learn forgiveness. Thank you, children. Let us close this lesson. Thank you very much.